Yeah, I've got the kiosk down on the beach. It's called Frankie's Beach Kiosk. It's actually named after my cat. I've been there for 2 years now, just coming up to the end of the second season. I worked on cruise ships, hotels, casinos and travelled the world. So I try to bring a bit of that back to Seaford. I put a forecast up on the board, which is sometimes a little bit, not ambitious, a little bit on the positive side. So if it looks like there's a patch of cloud coming across, I might just put dry, bright and sunny. The one thing you can count on in Seaford is the wind. We're talking about the planters, yeah. So they were built from reclaimed wood, and they're all old bits of the piers and the groins that were along the south coast, and the Environment Agency, as they take them out and replace them, they were just stored in a yard. They kindly let me use them to build the two planters. And the tricky bit is finding what grows on the beach. There's a lot of fishermen come down, there's a lot of mackerel come in, and bass, cod, what else do they get? Whiting, ling, huss. Most people want pretty much the same thing. Serve a range of teas, coffees, cakes, scones, toasties, yeah. Always like hats, so I've got a few choices depending on the weather. So we've got this one here. This is my new summer hat. In Portugal they do toast de mista, which is just ham and cheese toasting. They do it with really thick bread, and like it's got loads of butter on it, so it's really indulgent. Several guys come down with their metal detectors. For 8 scones, you need a pound of flour, 4 ounces of butter, 2 ounces of caster sugar. And you need 1 egg, 8 to 9 fluid ounces of the milk and egg mixture. You leave about an ounce behind, and that's for putting on the top of the scones at the end. I could probably sell 10, but I like to cook them fresh or bake them fresh. So that's 17 minutes, and they should be done. Some people just like them plain, or with a bit of butter or a bit of jam. You know, you can have them how you like. When I was setting up the cafe and I was thinking about what I wanted to do, I wanted to create an area, and I wanted some comfy seating on the beach. I didn't want just plastic tables and chairs. And deck chairs, I can't even remember now why I got the idea or where I got it from, but they just seemed right. I recover them in canvas. They're normally 20, 30, some of them 40 years old. So they need the canvas recovering, and I do that. Normally it lasts about a year or a year and a half before they have to be recovered again, because it's just wooden material, and some of the people who sit in them are rather larger than average. Back in the sort of 40s and 50s, there were quite a few people hiring deck chairs down here anyway. And I've met somebody who said, oh, the old families, there was like certain families that had their own pitch between the groins, so it'd be the MacArthur's on this pitch, and there was apparently a bit of competition between the women, you know, and you wouldn't stray onto somebody else's pitch and all this sort of stuff. So they're very comfortable as well, so people get really relaxed in them. And it's a nice way to spend a day, just lazing around in a deck chair on the beach. retired people live in Seaford. So they obviously have more time on their hands. They come down, and from an age range anything up to in their 80s into their 90s. People just come to hang out and relax. Sometimes they're playing games, sometimes you know, chess, things like that. Artists, sometimes we have had several people do pictures either of the deck chairs, or the wood, or just of the sea, or of the head, and it always includes the kiosk somehow, maybe just referencing it. And sometimes they show me their work, and sometimes it's very good, and sometimes it's just very imaginative. So yeah, a real cross-section of people. There's a couple of ladies in Seaford who've got a baking business, and they do the cakes for me. So I've got a really nice Victoria sponge and a coffee and walnut, and then I do the scones. And I keep the range small so that everything normally sells out, and therefore it's kept fresh. At some point you'd build a sandcastle, and you just can't do that on Seaford Beach. So I put the sandpit in, and it's been a real draw. The mums all like it, the kids love it, everybody comments on it and says, oh, it's a really nice thing to do. So I'm really glad that I did it. It all creates this area for me. So when I look at the beach, I think, oh, that's my area. So I've got the planters, and then the tables, and the deck chairs out the front, and my piece of wood in the middle, which is like a focal point. And I just feel it gives people, I don't know, it looks like an inviting place to be. So we lost Frankie, but now we have Lulu, who looks like she's eating all the ice cream as well. Whoop.